co-founder of Smarty Marketing and been doing SEO for about 20 years now. Very excited about where it's heading from here when AI is upon us. So exciting times for sure. That's why we're doing this regular live show still. My co-host today is April. She is our social media director.
Oh,
How do
director.
we? How do
I'm honored.
CEO of social media.
That's
Let's make
right.
it defensive. And she's helping me make this discussion more interesting. She has been doing social media content promotion, linkable assets, infographics for how many? More than 10
Yeah,
years now.
more than just about 10 years now. Yeah, and graphic design.
And
Can't
yeah, we're
forget that.
happy to have her in our new team as well. And she will be helping me with these live streams going forward. So today we're talking about ChatGPT and how to better use it in SEO. And I did do a newsletter on LinkedIn yesterday. Please do check it out on my page. You will find it. And Smarty on LinkedIn. You will find a link to my newsletter. It's called Smarty Digest. It is a weekly newsletter that I send on Tuesday and then discuss on these live streams on Wednesday and on Twitter Spaces on Thursday. So I have a busy schedule. And this newsletter is about using ChatGPT for SEO analysis. And I try to pick prompts that not many people are discussing, though they're likely going to be new to you. Do check it out. I do feel like most of our industry you discuss a ChatGPT in two ways. First, how it's going to ruin everything, including SEO and our careers as well. And second, how to use it to generate tons of content. I'm not a fan of both of these, of either of those points of view. I don't think it's going to ruin anything. It's going to change everything for sure. And I don't think it should be used the way it is mostly being used in SEO industry is for generating content. I mean, use cases for using it to create content exist, and some of them are very great and make much sense. I would use ChatGPT to create content for the about page, for press releases, for I don't know, terms of service if you have a legal expert to also review those. All of some cases when you don't need a voice, even product descriptions, you know that you can use ChatGPT to create product descriptions based on specs and based on the product picture as well. You just can upload the picture and it will generate the description of it. So all of those cases are great for definitions, frequently asked questions, maybe takeaways, even conclusions based on what you wrote. All of those are great cases for using ChatGPT to create content. I would refrain from using it to create expert-driven, creative content that you sign as the author or anyone of your from your team is signing as an author. For main reason, everyone is going to do that. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to make your content different if you are using the same tool as everyone else is using? Expert content should be all about your expertise and experience. It's what Google thinks is important for to highlight in search, and they're going to learn how to do it better. So if you create article to educate people, entertain them, tell them your story, write it manually. ChatGPT can help definitely to include some elements into that content, like I said, frequently asked questions, definitions, things like that, raw things that are repurposable. But your expertise, experience with something is very important to highlight in the content strategy, and that's where ChatGPT cannot be used. So with that in mind, ChatGPT does have a lot of value when it comes to SEO analysis, and I'm listing a lot of prompts, not too many, maybe 6 or 7, but they are very good ideas you can build on. So don't just stop on one prompt. Keep conversing with ChatGPT. For example, you give it your content and say, who do you think I'm targeting with this content? How can I change it to include more advanced audience, or maybe small business owners, or maybe talk more to entrepreneurs. That's my also audience. Am I doing a good job of addressing their needs? Or this is my keyword. That's my content. How do I make it better based on my organic competitors? Check them and tell me what my content is missing based on that research. There are so many ways to improve your page using ChatGPT beyond just generating elements of content. April, have you been using ChatGPT lately? Tell us how you're doing that.
Well, I honestly really haven't been using it that much. I want to learn more how to use it, and actually brings up one of my questions. Like, do you think that SEOs who aren't using it will be left behind?
They definitely will. And I have a great point here. Google is using AI to understand search intent, to understand which of the documents do a better job of meeting that intent. If you are not using AI, at least for that analysis, you cannot optimize for it. That's part of the algorithm right now. So at least for SEO research, both BART or Search Generative Experience and ChatGPT and other platforms, Perplexity, they say it is going to become a very popular search engine because it has its own index and it
Oh,
searches.
interesting. Okay. So,
So try search it to understand. It's our job to understand what all those platforms want from pages and from content.
right. Okay.
And unless you use it, you cannot optimize for Google without using it. Likewise, you cannot optimize for AI without using it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
a missing part of your expertise.
Well, I'm definitely going to learn from this then, because I need to start using it.
For social media, there are a lot of use cases for it. So
Yeah.
you
Mm-hmm.
look into that. Like I ask it for everything, including like create a caption, include all kinds of emojis.
Yeah.
This is my tweet, enhance it by making it a list with hashtags and emojis or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. There are use cases for it in many ways.
So, like, how can we avoid? Because I guess my fear is just like sounding like I am using AI when I'm making content for social media or just page copy. Like, what are ways that we can like avoid sounding like we're using AI so we can stand
I
out
I
from
feel like
people who are using it too much?
it's going to happen naturally.
Right.
We are just people and not AI. And I don't think it's necessarily about sounding like AI.
Hmm.
It sounds fine,
Right.
and Google understands that. It can write college essays. It sounds fine. Like it sounds more better than most humans can write.
That's true.
It's not the issue of sounding it, how it sounds. It's the issue that content that you create with it doesn't add anything.
Right. Right.
ChatGPT can only repurpose other people's content,
That makes
and that
sense.
is the main issue behind using it just for generating content from scratch.
Mm-hmm. So it's
So when writing something, try to add your personality, how
right. That
you
makes
use that
sense.
product, how you think it could be useful based on your experience in this area, not necessarily with that particular product. What problems your problems it is solving. So it's always getting any information from you. You are unique,
Right.
like everyone else is.
Right.
So you can create really unique content based on your personal
Mm-hmm.
knowledge, skills, opinion, expertise, experience, based on all of that. So
So we just need to still add like our own human element to it
exactly,
and add.
exactly, and sound as you can. Like you can you cannot force how you write. The style will develop itself the
Right.
more you write.
Hmm.
So just how you sound, I think, is less important as than what you add to the
Right. That
web
makes sense for
to that
sure.
content.
Okay. Cool. All right. So what have you been like? Or what SEO tasks would you not recommend using Chat GPT for?
I think it's a good starting point for most SEO tasks,
Hmm.
but it will generate um, schema that's not really verifiable. So you have to check everything it
Right.
creates for SEO as well. Like I said, if you generate schema with it, make sure you run it through validator, because sometimes it makes errors. Many times in my when I tested it, it would generate schema code that Google does not
Hmm.
verify necessarily or validate. If you ask it for keyword research, don't just use that data blindly. Make it as a starting point, like ideas, and then run proper SEO tools that know, analyze organic competition, provide you with search volume, give you all that data so that you can make decisions. So it's for most SEO tasks, it is just a starting
Right.
point.
Okay.
It's not even the direction, it's more like an inspiration.
Right.
You can expand on it, you can build on it, you can validate it, you can verify any facts or any statements that it makes. So it's just a starting point for SEO
Hmm.
work. It makes it more efficient for sure, because now you have an assistant who can
Yeah.
help you with suggesting ideas or keywords, or creating a better title, or I don't know, summarizing something to add to content. So it's a starting point for sure, not an SEO tool.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, it seems like the moral of the story is that to rely on, like, to use as an assistant, not to like rely on it or
Exactly.
let you get lazy, I guess. And just
Yes, you can make many tasks more efficient
right.
with it. For example, I don't know, organize those keywords by common modifier or something like that.
Hmm.
So you don't have to waste your time playing with Excel or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But your SEO expertise, ChatGPT doesn't have it.
Hmm.
SEO data that tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush provide,
Hmm.
it doesn't have it as well. So continue working on the ideas that it provides for sure,
Hmm. Definitely.
but never rely on it 100%.
Just a helpful assistant. That's cool.
Exactly.
So, another question I had was, what have you been like the most impressed by using AI for SEO analysis?
I'm not necessarily, I mean, I'm not as easy to impress, and ChatGPT as well as other platforms are still in that main splaining mode,
Oh yeah.
when they like when they confidently they pretend to be experts and confidently share something that's more or less obvious.
Mm, yeah. Hmm.
So for SEO analysis, I really like it to create search query analysis,
Hmm.
but again, it's not like ultimate.
Right.
It mostly like ideas behind those it's how AI understands search queries. That's something it helps me with,
Hmm.
but I'm not as impressed yet. Maybe as they're getting smarter and smarter, I will see them actually being experts, and
Yeah.
I will be really impressed. I'm actually really impressed by other AI developments beyond text generation or SEO analysis, like creating videos. Did you ever see AI generated videos,
Yeah.
like real voice?
It's
Like they
it's
can create
crazy.
videos from prompts. Like you just put, tell me why SEO is important, and here are your 5 or 10 minute
It's
video
crazy.
with that wrote itself. All those pictures that AI can generate, though, that is really
I
something
know it's getting a
impressive.
little like sometimes it's scary. Sometimes you can't really even
Yeah, I
tell what's
know.
real or
Like
not.
I'm reviewing at least 5 different tools, AI tools every week, because I have a column at Practical E-commerce and I like
Mm-hmm.
share them there. And I'm always like, oh my, do people know about this? Like I came across an app, you record your voice in any language
Oh my
and
gosh.
it translates you in any other language and then talks with your voice.
That is insane. I gotta try
So
that.
suddenly, like you can see yourself speaking German with
Yeah.
your voice. Like,
Yeah.
and if you upgrade, it also syncs you to the new language, but I didn't get that far.
I didn't even know
Yeah,
that was possible. That's crazy.
I
Yeah.
know. So yeah, AI is impressive for SEO. I mean, I've been in SEO for so many years. It's really hard to impress me with anything at this
Mm-hmm.
point. So ChatGPT is not yet there.
I feel like for SEO, you had to be pretty creative and you had to understand humans pretty well to be really good at it. And AI just can't really do that. It's just not so. So I think.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend SEOs do to keep their jobs safe from AI? Like, how can SEOs stay
So I feel
useful? I
like
guess.
um, yeah, I feel like mature SEO is fine.
Mm-hmm.
So if your job as an SEO is generate lists of keywords, you will probably lose the job.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that involves your experience and expertise built for months or years,
Right.
um, unique ways at looking at the sites, prioritizing tasks, an ability to see a bigger picture. Like if I look at the site, I know exactly what may be wrong with it,
Mm-hmm.
and it because I've had years of looking at
Right.
different sites. It's
Big.
like so. It's I'm not worried about analysis. I'm not worried about um, helping people understand problems with their sites.
Right. That makes sense.
Solving those problems
Yeah.
may be soon delegated to AI.
Mm-hmm.
Only
It can't
if you give yes, if you give AI a list of problems what needs to be fixed and it fixes it. If you are that SEO, I think that you may be worried about your job
mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
now look for something to upgrade your tasks. So solving those problems like fixing broken links, fixing website architecture, adding internal links, updating content, all of that can be soon delegated to
Mm-hmm.
AI, I feel like. But the analysis part, the prioritization part, the actual description that needs to be done on the site, that part I don't think is going to
Mm-hmm.
be ever delegated to AI because they just don't have experience and expertise. They are
Yeah.
using
So
ours.
it seems like it can't replace big picture thinking. It's like
Yeah,
we still will have that
they
advantage.
will help with
Right.
tactical tasks for sure, and they are already helping with some of those. Like sometimes I look at an old article of mine and what can I do with it? Okay, I will add a few new tools. I will probably change the statistics to something more recent, but what else? And I just put it in ChatGPT and say, hey, create a comparison table or generate takeaways for people to better understand what I'm talking about in this article. And it just does. And previously I would spend maybe an hour working on those.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the tasks are already very well can be delegated to ChatGPT or other AI platform. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, April, for your help
Yeah, that
today.
was
I
really
think it was
interesting. Yeah,
fun.
super fun. I learned.
Did
Yeah. Yeah.
yes, tomorrow we are going to discuss ChatGPT and how to use it for SEO on Twitter. It's going to be noon Eastern Time. Twitter Spaces on my Twitter SEO Smarty, and on Twitter of our company, Smarty.marketing. I don't remember our Twitter handle, but you can find it on our site. And so we will see you tomorrow. Hopefully, it's tomorrow. Now it's Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday at noon Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
And we would love more ideas. We would love to make it more of a
Mm-hmm.
conversation. On Twitter, it's easier than on LinkedIn because people can just tweet to us or show up in the space so that we can let them speak. And Deb will hopefully invite a few people, and she will be there helping us as well. Thank you so much, Deb, for all the work that you're doing for us. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Thank
Yep.
you.
Thanks.